Alrighty, welcome everyone. Happy Friday morning. Glad to have you all here. So we're gonna do lower back and hips. If you didn't already hear that, you can come into a comfortable seat if you're not already in one. Hands can be down on the lap. If you'd like to close your eyes, if you've been to one of my classes before, we always start with a little centering, a little grounding, just to bring us into the present moment. So eyes can be closed or down. We lift up through the crown, shoulders are back, head and neck are back over the shoulders. And a little tip, if you want to feel more calm, more grounded, keep the palms face down. If you feel like you need to cultivate a little bit more energy today, maybe turn the palms face up. And that's just a really subtle way to tap into that. So as we're sitting here nice and upright in our seat, we're just going to tune into our breath. So on your next inhale, see if you can breathe in through your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Again, another inhale in through your nose. Exhale out. Do one more with me. Inhale in. And exhale out through the mouth. Your next inhale, ask you to join those palms and hands together in front of your heart space now, taking our time to set an intention. So why did you show up? What are you looking for? Is it peace? Is it strength? Is it flexibility? Whatever it might be for you, just keeping that in mind. Next inhale, I want you to imagine you can seal your intention in. Deep breath in. Next exhale, release anything heavy, anything that's weighing you back from reaching that potential, reaching that goal. Let your hands come back down to your lap. Eyes can open up. We're going to begin with some seated circles. So lean over towards one side. Exhale, come forward over your lap. Inhale, make your way back upright in your seat. And continue around. We'll do 5 circles in one direction. And inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way forward. Just circle your way around. Just starting to get into a little rhythm. Just letting hips and lower back open. Good job. Next time you're upright in your seat, go ahead and switch. Move the opposite way. And just checking in. How's that lower back area already feeling this morning? One more circle around this direction. Next time you're back upright, sit tall. And I want you to reach down with one hand, grab the inside of your right foot, near the arch of that foot. Opposite hand's gonna come to the outer part of the knee. We're gonna do what we call rock the baby. And you're just gonna draw that knee out to the side and then draw that leg across your body. Bring it out to the side and back across. So we'll do that a few times back and forth. And I always just like to remind people, your yoga practice is really just a self-care practice. So we're taking care of our bodies, our breath, our mind. And rocking the baby is just like taking care of yourself, just like you would a child. So do one more out, one more in. Go ahead, sit that right leg down and switch. Reach around for your left foot, outer part of the left knee for support. And again, just go back and forth a few times. It's already maybe feeling if there's a difference between right and left side. I know this left hip's always a lot tighter for me than the right. So much of yoga is just building that self-awareness, not only for in class where you are now, but taking it out of class and into your everyday life. So next time that you bring that foot in, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. You can wrap your hands around your ankles. The closer you pull your heels in towards you, the deeper the stretch will be. Here, a common mistake is there's some rounding through the spine. Try your best on your inhale to lengthen your spine, sit up tall, and very subtly press the knees down towards the mat. We're gonna feel that deep in the stretch through that inner thigh, the groin area. We'll just take a couple more breaths here. This is our butterfly or Baddha Konasana. One more breath here. After your exhale, go ahead and extend, lengthen your right leg all the way out. You're gonna keep that left foot tucked in towards your right thigh. On your next exhale, reach your right hand down that right leg, maybe towards the toes, wherever you can comfortably reach. Inhale, reach your left arm either straight up and above, or as you exhale, cross that arm over, turning the palm to face down. So we're gonna get a little bit more length here through the rib cage and the side body. We'll take about 3 rounds of breath. So inhale, can you feel that rib cage expand? Exhale, release. And inhale, expanding. Exhale, releasing. Do one more. And next inhale. Pull yourself back up to center. Left arm release. Extend your left leg, switch. Tuck that right foot in towards left thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, left arm reaches down. Right arm can extend up or across. And just taking a few rounds of breath, letting the side body start to release. Hit 2 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, return, reach back up to center. You're gonna re-extend that right leg. So you're coming into a wide V shape. Both arms are gonna come out shoulder height. As you exhale, your torso is going to twist to face towards the right. Your left hand is going to come down towards your right leg, maybe tapping the toes, the ankle, wherever you can reach. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes down, left leg. Inhale, back to the middle. We'll do a few more to each side. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. 2 more to each side. Just moving with your breath, flowing. And last one. Next time you reach over to that left foot, inhale, come back up to the middle. You're gonna go ahead and bring your feet out in front of you. Knees will come out in front. Hands can come back behind. I'm gonna do a little bit of core, nothing too much, but core is connected to lower back, so we have to work on strengthening it. So next inhale, lift up through the crown, sit up tall, lift your toes away from the mat as well. If you wanna go further, see if you could lift up one heel, or maybe both heels. You wanna go a little further than that. See if you can extend your arms out alongside the legs as well. Try to keep yourself from leaning back. Take a couple more breaths. And on your next exhale, if the legs are lifted up, go ahead and lower them down. Interlace your fingers in front of your chest now. On your exhale, turn your torso to face towards that right side. Inhale, twist back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. If you want more of a challenge, you can lift the heels back away from the floor. We'll take a couple more to each side. Okay, keep it up, everybody. Last one. Next time you're back to center, feet can release if they're up, hands can come down. We're gonna tuck our knees underneath of us and move on to hands and knees. Come on to all fours. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll do our cat and cow to warm up. Inhale, let your belly lower, tailbone lifts, chin lifts away from your chest. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, draw your belly in and up, arch your spine, chin draws into the chest. And inhale for cow. Exhale, arching up for cat. 3 more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And next time that you have your spine lifted in cat, I want you to hold there for a moment. We're going to move into barrel rolls. So you're going to press your hips over to the right side slightly. Bring a little bit of a bend to your elbows. Drop your chest down towards the mat. Press your hips over to the left. And then arch your spine back up for your cat again. You're just going to circle around with your torso. Just bringing a little bit of movement into that lower body. And you really can't do these wrong. If you think you're doing them wrong, you're not. It's really just about getting into a little bit of a flow. It's hard to mess these up. And take one more round. And next time you're back at center, go ahead and switch the direction. Hips to the left first, chest down, over to the right, and then back up again. Two more this direction. And last time. Right, next time you're back at center, go ahead and pause. Come back to a flat, neutral back. On your next inhale, you're going to extend your right leg back. You're going to start with your toes down on the mat. So we're not coming into our traditional bird dog. On our inhale, our left arm's going to reach out in front. Instead of holding it there, on our inhale, we're going to reach that arm up and overhead, back behind us slightly, and then return it back around to the front. Optional, when that arm reaches around, to lift off the back toes, then engaging the core. We'll do a few more of those circles. So inhale again, reach back up and back around. Continue just working through some movement for our shoulder. Two more. And last time. Next time you reach the arm back around, plant the knee back down, switching sides. Left leg extends, toes start down. Inhale, right arm reaches out and up. Draw it back. Exhale, back to the front. Inhale up. Exhale, back around. 3 more times. You're good. Keep it up. And 1 more. Next time you reach that arm back around, plant the hand, plant the knee. Knees can widen. Hips can start to press back towards your heels. Arms can stretch out in front. Let's take a quick little breather in child's pose. And while we are down here in child's, we're also going to do a little bit of side body stretching. So inhale, lift your forehead away from the mat. Start to walk your hands all the way over towards that right side of the mat or beyond the mat. Let your left hip press further over towards that left side. Draw your forehead back down. Take a couple breaths there. See if you can feel that sensation through that left side. And then next inhale, walking the hands all the way back across over to the left. When they reach as far as they'd like to go, press down through that right hip. Again, letting the forehead, head, and neck release back down. Take a few breaths. And inhale when you're ready. Come on back up to center. Bring your hands back and under your shoulders. Come back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, lift your knees, lift your hips. Coming into your downward facing dog. Maybe soften the knees a little. Perhaps walking your dog, bend in one knee, press down through that other heel. Perhaps you want to give the head and neck a little slide to side. Yes, no motion as well. Your next inhale, we're going to go ahead and take a step up with that right foot, coming up between the hands. Back knee can lower. If anyone has a blanket and they want to bring it under that back knee, would recommend it. And if you have your blocks and you'd like to use them, go ahead and bring them to either side of that front foot and have them underneath your shoulders. We're going to be working from lunge to half split, working on the hamstring and hip flexor. So inhale, press your hips forward and down, keeping your knee over your ankle. Feel how that makes a difference in that left hip, left glute. And then exhale, start to gradually shift your weight back. Lift up on those front toes. You can keep a bend in this knee, but allow the upper body to fold forward, forehead drawing down towards the shin, getting into that right hamstring. Inhale again when you're ready, planting the right foot, press the hips forward and down. I send a look out in front of you for this one. And then exhale, shifting hips back, toes lift, upper body folds for that hamstring stretch. We'll do a few more back and forth. Just go on your own. Inhale forward. Exhale, shifting back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Last two. And next time that you press your hips back and the upper body is forward, we're going to stay here. We'll stay for about 30 seconds. Try to make sure your hips are squared off to the front of the mat. And just really surrender and totally release the upper body over that lower body. Good job, everyone. Next inhale, you can come back forward, plant that front foot, step the front foot to meet the back, exhale, hips to heels, coming back to your child's pose. You can keep your arms on your blocks, or you can lower them down at center. Take a breath there. Next inhale, rising back up, step that left foot up between the hands, between the blocks. Press hips forward and down, switching sides here. Exhale, shift that left hip back, upper body folds, releasing forward. Inhale, come back to your lunge. And just noticing, how does this side feel? Is it tighter? Is it looser than the other side was? What are you aware of in your body? Just keeping yourself present on the task at hand. Couple more back and forth. And next time you shift the hips back, again, we're gonna hold for just a little bit. Release that upper body over. Just let it all go. Give yourself some time, any tension you're feeling. See if you can consciously surrender and release it through your breath, especially the exhale. Next inhale, we'll move back forward, plant that front foot. This time back foot's gonna step up to meet your front foot, coming into a standing forward fold. You can move your blocks if you need to, soften your knees, grabbing opposite elbows, letting the upper body have a little sway back and forth. We'll be moving right into our sun breathing practice, one of my favorites for the lower back area. So inhale, let your hands come up to your shins, your knees or your thighs. Drawing the shoulder blades together, the crown of the head reaches forward. As you exhale, releasing back down to your forward fold. Next, inhale, let your arms reach out in front of you alongside your ears. Press with your legs to stand all the way up. Arms will reach up and overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands back through the heart. Fold from your reaching back down. Inhale, drawing halfway back up. Flat back, shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up to standing. Reach, root to rise. Exhale, hands back to heart. Folding forward, reaching down. Inhale again, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching, returning to the top. Couple more times. Exhale through heart center with the hands, folding forward, reaching down. Surrender. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Inhale, returning to the top. Exhale, hands back through heart. And fold forward from your hips, last round. Inhale again, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way back up to the top. Exhale, hands down through heart. And hands may release down alongside your body. And from here, we're going to do a few standing stretches. You can take a step back with your right leg. Turn those right toes out slightly towards the side of the mat. If you know you're probably not going to be able to reach the floor, go ahead and bring your blocks back in alongside that left foot. That way, it makes it just a little bit easier for you to reach. So we're going to be doing pyramid pose to revolved triangle, getting into the hips again. So inhale, arms extend, spine lengthens. On your exhale, make sure your hips are square to the front of the mat. Fold forward from the hips, bringing the hands down alongside the leg, maybe to the blocks or the floor. And very similar to what we did earlier, the forehead will come down towards knee or shin. This knee can have a bend. You do not have to keep it completely straight. We'll hold for 30 seconds on here. And just using the breath, it's the best tool you have to really release and relax. And last breath here, and then we're going to transition to our revolved triangle. Revolved triangle can be a little challenging, but just give it your best shot. It's really going to get into that outer part of your left hip and IT band. So we're going to keep your right hand where it is, under the shoulder, on your block. As you exhale, you're going to twist that left arm out and up to the left side, perhaps reaching it overhead. It's really up to you how far you go. And again, you're naturally going to want to have a little bit of a bend in that left knee. Hold here. And next exhale, allow your left hand to return, bring it back down. And inhale, step that back foot up to meet the front. Arms reach all the way back up. Stand tall. Step your left foot back behind. Square the hips back to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold from the hips. Hand draws down towards knee or shin. Pyramid pose on this side. And if you ever find your back heel is lifted on this one, I want you just to step your foot in slightly so you can get that back heel planted. Again, let's just breathe. Let everything go. Our body holds so much stress and tension, we don't even realize it. And our yoga practice allows us to intentionally release it. Okay, so from here, next exhale, left hand stays planted under the shoulder. Right arm reaches out and up towards that right side. Again, you can have a little bend in that right knee. Take a few breaths here. Okay, next exhale, allowing the right hand to return, bring it back down to the block. Back foot steps up to meet the front. Inhale, standing tall, arms overhead. Exhale, arms can relax. We're gonna step back with our right foot once again. This time we're gonna bring a bend to this front knee, this left knee over the ankle. This time you can either keep the back heel down, or if it's easier for you to square the hips, you can come up onto those back toes. So see what's more comfortable for your body. Next, inhale, arms reach back up. As we exhale, we're gonna fold forward halfway. You can bend that knee, but keep it over the ankle. Reach the fingertips. Inhale, stand tall once again. So we'll do a little flow. Exhale forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. And inhale. Beautiful work. Couple more. Good job. Next time that you reach the arms up and overhead, we're going to turn those right toes to face forward. Left toes will still point out to the side. Arms are going to windmill down to shoulder height. So we transition into our warrior two. The eyes can start to look out over those left fingertips. If you want to widen your stance, of course you can to make it a little bit more challenging. And then from this warrior two, we're also going to do a little bit of a flow. So as you exhale, you're going to bend that left arm, bring the forearm down towards the thigh. Right arm will reach straight up and overhead. Inhale, going to return, extend the arms, come back to warrior two. Next exhale, right hand floats down to right thigh, left palm turns up. Bring that hand up and overhead for reverse warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, left arm tucks down, right arm reaches up, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior, right hand down, left arm up. One more time, inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Now you're going to turn those back toes back to face the front. Inhale, arms reach back up and overhead. Back foot steps up to meet the front. Exhale, arms can relax. Good job. We'll do the other side. So inhale, left foot back. Again, either back toes on the back toes or the back heel. Inhale, lift the arms up. Bending that right knee, we'll start with our half fold. Exhale, halfway down, reach the fingertips, try to keep your balance, your stability. Inhale, stand back up. Exhale again, fold forward halfway. Inhale, reach up. A little bit of a core workout as well. And it's also a trust exercise. Sometimes leaning forward like this, you really got to trust your body that it has that strength. One more time. Good. So next time you come up and overhead, you're going to rotate. I'm going to turn those left toes out. I'm going to turn so that it's easier so that you guys can see. So right toes are pointed out to the side, left toes will point forward. Arms re-extend shoulder height, coming into warrior two here. So on your next exhale, we're tucking that right forearm down. Left arm will come up and overhead for your side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Eyes turn out to look over those right fingertips. Exhale, left hand down to left thigh. Right arm reaches up, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, forearm tucks down. Left arm reaches up. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Good. One more time. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. And exhale, reverse warrior. Good. Allow the arms to come back, shoulder height. Go ahead and turn the right toes back to face forward. You can angle your toes just slightly away from each other. We're going to bend the elbows, bring the palms to face forward. Next exhale, we're going to bend your knees, start to sink your hips down towards the mat, coming into goddess pose here. So we'll hold for a couple breaths, just building that lower body strength. Good job. Next inhale, straighten your knees, reach your arms up by your ears. Step your feet towards one another. So you're coming in with the feet hip-width distance apart. On your next exhale, reach your arms over to that right side. Hips will lean over to the left. Try not to drop this bottom arm down. Keep it lifted. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands reach over to the left, hips lean to the right side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right arm will lower down by that right side. Exhale, reach the left arm across, right hand can slide down that right thigh. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left arm comes down, right arm reaches up. And again, reach it across. Nice half crescent moon here. And inhale, back to center. Both arms can relax. We're going to finish up our standing with some balance. So we'll do tree, we'll do eagle, and then we're also going to do star pose, all on one side. And then we'll switch to the other side. So feet hip width if they're not already. Eyes are focused on that gazing point out in front of you. Shift your weight over to your left hip. Pick up your right heel. Allow your knee to rotate out to the right side. If you'd like to, you can lift foot to rest on calf, or perhaps come up to rest on the thigh itself. Just avoid pressing right on your knee. Once the foundation is laid with the legs, hands could maybe come into heart for more of a centering feeling. Or if you want a little bit more expansion, a little bit more energy, hands could reach out by the ears. Well, your arms can look any way you want to. Everybody's tree is going to be as unique as they are. Keep your core engaged. That's like the trunk. If that is hollow and wiggling around, your tree is not going to be very stable. Take a couple more breaths. Just grounding down through your root, through your foot. And lovely. So from here, we're going to try to go right into our eagle. If you need to come out and go into eagle first, that's okay. So you're going to try to bring that right foot across so that the thigh crosses over your left thigh. Your toes can come down the side, stay up, or perhaps wrap around the back of the calf. Your right elbow is going to cross over your left elbow in the crease of the arm. Hands could come to shoulders, backs of the hands could join, or fingertips can reach into that palm. Lifting the elbows will deepen, bending the knees will work on building that strength, and will give you a little bit more of a stretch to the outer hip and the IT band area. So hold here for a few rounds of breath. Arms spread, turn your palm face forward. We're going to uncross that right leg and allow the leg to kick out to the right side slightly. If you need the help, just keep the big toe for a little bit more stability, kind of like a kickstand for a bike. This is star. Hold here, reach up through the crown. Core is strong. And next exhale, release your right foot down, relax your arms, roll out your shoulders, maybe give your ankles a little roll out as well. Good job. We'll do it all again on our other leg. So let's move on. Leave whatever happened on that side, start fresh on this side. So weight is on your right leg, right hip. Bend the left knee, open it out to the side. Make sure you're not turning your whole body in order to open the knee. Let it be from the hip itself. Where would you like to plant the foot? It may or may not match the other side. We all tend to be a little uneven. That's just part of being human. And hands to heart, maybe arms outstretched. It's not about being perfect. It's just about being the best version of yourself. Again, feet grounded, core engaged, branches expressing your unique self. Don't forget to breathe. Two more breaths. Good job, everyone. When you're ready, we're going to switch. So left foot can come out, crossing left thigh over right thigh. Find your expression of the legs. Left elbow can cross over right elbow. Take whatever variation you would like. Explore the depth that you would like to go. And you always have that freedom. You're not going to be pushed beyond your limit unless you want to try to push yourself. You can always just honor where you are today, asking your body what it needs right now. And one last breath. Next, inhale, uncross your arms, stretch them back out, palms forward. Uncross that left leg, draw it out to that left side. And toes can stay down if that's better for you. Find your own little shining star, that inner light that is in each of us. Couple more breaths. And exhale. Release that left foot down, release the arms down, shake anything out that you need to. We are all done standing. We're gonna come on down to the floor. I want you to sit, stretch your legs out in front of you. Let's see how we're doing on our time. Good, we're doing great. Got just about 20 minutes left. So once you are down, legs are outstretched. Feel free to sit up on a cushion or a blanket. If your lower back tends to be tight, that's going to just make it a little bit easier on you. Hips are even on both cheeks. Let's pull our right knee in towards our chest and open that knee out towards the right side. Foot can come against the thigh. Make sure you draw that left hip and glute back slightly to square the hips off to the front. Inhale, reach the arms, extend them up nice and tall. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward, extending over that left leg. And a lot of times you may not feel ready to go right into this stretch. If that's the case for you, inhale, so you can lift back up halfway again, re-lengthen the spine. And then exhale to fold again. And you could do that a few times until you really get a nice release. And once you do, just let the head and neck hang down as well. Just breathing in, releasing out. The next inhale, arms are reached back out, core engages, sitting up tall, arms overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side body. Pick your right knee up, cross your right foot over your left leg. Let your left arm or elbow wrap around your right knee, hug it in close to you. Inhale, can you sit up a little taller? Exhale, let your head and neck start to turn to the right. Right arm will start to reach back behind you and come back towards the floor. Inhale again, sit up even a little bit more. Exhale, deepen your twist slightly. You can do that as many times as you want until you get the desired stretch for you. And one more breath here. And next exhale, head and neck turns back to the middle, arms can unwind, chest turns back. Uncross your legs, stretch it back out in front of you, give it a little shake, and just take a look down at your feet. Notice if you're anything like mine, the right toes are gonna point out to the side, whereas the left toes are gonna kind of be more straight up. That just goes to show you what that work we just did accomplished. And from here, let's pull our left knee in, same thing, open it out. Draw your right hip back, square it off to the front. Inhale, re-lengthen arms up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, reaching down. And maybe coming back up halfway. Exhale to surrender. Now you can keep a bend here. Don't feel like you have to force it straight. Just let go. Coming into stillness for a few moments. And when you're ready, next inhale, reach those arms back out, sit tall, arms overhead. Exhale, let the arms release. Picking up left knee, left foot crosses over right leg. Wrap your right arm around the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, head turns to the left, left arm reaches back behind. Again, inhale, can you sit up any more? Exhale, how far would you like to go to twist on that left side? Exhale, when you're ready, head and neck turns back, chest and upper body turns back, legs can re-extend. From here, you're going to be lowering down to your back. You want to make sure before you go, you've got one of your blocks close by, and you also have your yoga strap close by. That way you don't have to roll all over to find it before you lie down. So lower arm back. You go ahead and bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. Arms can come on down by your side body. Take the knees back and forth a few times, just windshield wipering them. And knees can come on back up to the middle. I want you to grab your block now. We're going to be doing a supported bridge sequence. So from here, on your next inhale, press your hips up just high enough that you can slide that block underneath the lower back. I usually do the lowest setting on the block, but you could do it a little bit higher. Ideally, you just want the tailbone to curve right over the edge of the block, so it's underneath your sacral area of the spine. Arms can stay down by your sides. I want you to press your shoulders down into the mat behind you. Feel that little lift and opening through your pecs and your chest. Lift your chin away from your chest as well, opening up the neck and the airway. And then from here, when you're ready, inhale, kick your right foot up, pull your right knee in towards your chest. Hands can wrap around for the front of that shin. Left leg could extend out as well. Heel could stay lifted for a little more core activation, or the heel can stay down for more of a rest, more of an opening for the hip flexor. Next inhale, we're going to start to circle that right leg, right hip around. You can let go. You don't have to hold on. Sometimes you get a little bit more motion in without that constriction. And then this is, if you ever have sacroiliac pain or you have low back pain on one side, sometimes this movement can kind of help you reset if it's out of balance. It's not as good as going to a chiropractor or something like that, but it's a nice way to be able to do some of that releasing on your own. And then go ahead and switch the direction, go the opposite way. And when you're ready, start to bring that knee back into the center. Now reach your right hand back up if you're not holding on any longer. As you exhale, gently open the knee out towards the right side. I know you're balancing on the block, so you're only going to go so far. And then inhale, bring it back up to the middle. Left hand picks up. Cross it over just slightly. Inhale back to the middle. Hands are going to reach underneath the thigh. Now interlace your fingers. Inhale, start to work on straightening that leg. Bring it up. Exhale, allow your knee to bend again. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend and release. 3 more. And last one. And next time leg is elevated, we're going to go ahead and do one of my favorite things, our nerve gliding. So inhale, straighten your knees slightly, point your toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knee in towards your chest, flex your foot. And inhale, straighten, point. Exhale, bend and flex. Continue. I feel like this really gets into the muscles in a way that you really don't normally get. And you usually will feel a greater release after you intentionally do this back and forth motion instead of just holding the leg in the air without any motion. So next time you flex the foot in, hands can release. Let's bring that right foot back to the floor. Pull the left foot back in if it was out. And go ahead, just feel, do you already notice a difference between those two hips as they lay on the block? I know I do. Hope you do too. And we'll go ahead, let's do left side. Left knee pulls in, hands reach around, right leg can stretch out. Can begin circling that left knee around when you're ready. Yeah, just give it a little roll around in the socket. Good, you guys probably can't hear over the video, but my hip pops and cracks a lot on this side. Always tell people that so they don't feel worried if theirs is also doing the same thing. I'm like a Rice Krispie. Okay, go ahead and switch your direction. And returning that knee back up to the middle now. Left hand comes back up. Exhale, open just slightly out to that left side. Inhale, lift the knee. Right hand takes over. Pull it just slightly across. Inhale, back to the middle. Hands under the thigh. Inhale, work on straightening. Exhale, return it down. Do 4 more on your own. Two more. And next time leg is lifted, keep it up. Going right into the nerve gliding. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Continue to alternate. And 2 more. And next time you start to pull the knee in, you may sit that foot back down. Right leg comes back in. Again, feeling the difference. This time we're going to be lifting both feet, both knees up. So you can pull one at a time if you need to. Legs are going to start to straighten up towards the ceiling. Make sure your block still feels comfortable. You might have to slide down just a tiny bit. If you need support under your thighs, bring the hands there. If not, just keep them by your sides. Go ahead and start to circle your feet around, your ankles around. And this is a really nice restorative pose because having the legs elevated like they are now, it's really good for your heart. Gives your heart a little break. Doesn't have to pump quite so hard. You're working with gravity. Go ahead and switch the direction if you haven't already with your ankle circles. And while we're here, I just want you to play around for a moment. Maybe bring the legs out, one to each side, slightly make a little V shape. Or maybe you want to bring one leg halfway down, pull the other knee towards the chest. Let me just do a couple motions. There's nothing in particular you have to do. Just have a little bit of fun with it. Do whatever you feel creatively inspired to do, if you feel inspired. Good. And then when you're ready, we can pull those knees back in towards the chest, setting the feet back down on the mat. And allow your hips to lift up away from your block at this time. Slide the block out from underneath you. Lower back will come all the way back down to the mat. And I don't think we're going to have time to use this drop like I had hoped, but I think we still got a nice little lower back sequence in there. We're going to finish off with a couple twists, and we'll see a time for our meditation as well. So for your twist, go ahead, stretch your arms out. Both palms will face up, so you're in the shape like a little T. Let's pull both knees back in towards the chest once again. And as we exhale, letting your knees come on down towards that right side. They can come all the way down if they reach. If they don't, feel free to bring a block here between the knees or maybe underneath the knees. Right hand can pull down slightly on that left knee. Head can turn to look out over your left arm. If it's more comfortable, just keep your head and neck at center. We'll hold for 30 seconds. And next inhale, we can start to lift the knees again, pull them back to the middle. Exhale, knees come down to the left. Find their placement. Left hand can pull down on right knee. Head can turn to look over right arm. Try to keep that right shoulder down and relaxed. Breathing in, breathing out. Last breath in here. Your next inhale, let's go ahead and pick the knees up. Pull them back to the middle. Hug them in towards the chest, maybe circling the knees around slightly, massaging the lower back. And switching the direction, go the other way. You may set your feet back down when you're ready, maybe stretching the legs out long. Arms can come out by your sides for Shavasana, for our meditation. If you need to grab anything like a blanket to cover up with, or you want to adjust your lights for the meditation, please go ahead and do so. Give you just a moment. We're just going to have 5 minutes today. We're going to do what's called a rotation of consciousness body scan. So instead of going head to toe, we're going to do right to left. So letting yourself get settled, noticing all the points of the body that are touching the mat. Giving yourself your own permission to be still and at ease for this next bit of time. Begin to let your attention come to your right thumb. and to your right palm, to the fingers on the right hand, to the right wrist, the right lower arm, the right elbow, the right upper arm, and the right shoulder. Attention to the left thumb, left palm, the left fingers, the left lower arm, left elbow, left upper arm, and left shoulder. Attention to the right side of the chest, the right side of the belly, the right side of the upper back, and the right side of the lower back. Attention to the left side of the chest, left side of the belly, left upper back, and left lower back. Attention to right hip, right glute, right thigh, right knee, right calf, right ankle, right foot, the right big toe, and the rest of the toes on the right foot. Attention to left hip, left glute, left thigh, left knee, left calf, left ankle, left foot, left big toe, and the rest of the toes on the left foot. Attention back up to the left side of the neck, left side of the jaw, left cheek, left ear, left eye, left side of the forehead. Attention to the right side of the neck, the right side of the jaw, the right cheek, the right ear, the right eye, and the right side of the forehead. Attention to the whole entire right side of the body from head to toe. Attention to the whole entire left side of the body. Attention to both sides together, the whole body. Just allowing it to relax into the support around you. Feeling an attention now to the breath. Feeling its natural movement, encouraging the body and mind to release a little bit more. Taking just a few quiet moments just to be here now. You are ready. I'll encourage you to deepen your breath just a little. Maybe start to wiggle or stretch toes or fingers. Maybe arms want to come overhead like a good morning stretch. You could stay on your back if you're still there, or roll on over to a side of your choice. And when you're finished and you want to come back up, you can return to a seat and we'll close out our practice together. When you've made your way back up again, just joining hands back at our heart space. Let's take one more round of breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much. Just let us know what you think.